see this comment over here. Time. And that's what today's video is on. Big thing about time. You have people that succeed in this lifetime. You have people that struggle, don't achieve their goals. You know, they feel stuck many times. Yet they have the same amount of time. Everyone every day has 24 hours. We have 7 days a week. The sun goes up, sun goes down. It's the same. Everyone has default settings. We all live on the same earth. The difference is those that are a better version of themselves in time succeed way more versus those who are stuck and are in a low frequency version of themselves, don't use their time well at all. So in this video, I'm going to show you the power of time. I'm going to show you the truth and the lie about time too. And by understanding this, you're going to look at life in a whole different way. You're going to understand there's still a lot of time left. And if I'm a high version of myself, I can still achieve a lot. Now, there are two big sayings that you'll have in your head about time. The first one is, I do have enough time. The second one is, I don't have enough time. Now, this will shift in your lifetime. Sometimes you'll be worried about time. Sometimes you'll be like, it's cool, I got time, I can relax. You know, it's two different versions. Now, it's very important to understand something about these two questions. Okay, and the first thing that I want to do before we come back to these questions is I want to show you yourself. So you see this diagram over here. Here's you. Okay, and by the way, you look fantastic today. You're looking really, really, really good. But here's you, and next to you is a frequency bar. And what you have is a high frequency and a low frequency. And what basically a high frequency means, you're confident, you are roaring, you are feeling phenomenal, nothing can stop you, you are motivated, okay? Then below that, at the bottom, at the low frequency, you are feeling stuck, you're demotivated, you're not feeling self-worthy, you know, you're basically stuck within your own mind. Now, you are going to fluctuate between these two in your lifetime, but it's very important to understand what you can achieve when you're in high frequency and when you're in low frequency. So now that you understand that, I want to jump back to the two main statements. Let's start with the first one. I do have enough time. Now, someone that's in high frequency will look at that and basically look at it in a sense of, you know what? I do have some time. I'm working my ass off. I'm succeeding. You know, I need to maybe have a holiday. You know, I need to look after my health. I need to make sure I eat good, make sure I drink water, make sure that I'm living life to the fullest because I want to be here for the long term. Yes, I'm working hard now, but there's a long life ahead of me, right? Now let's look at someone that's in a low frequency and ask them the same question. I have a lot of time. What do? I'm gonna sit back. I'm not gonna chase my dreams. Someone's gonna change my life for me. You know, I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna get lazy. I'm not gonna go and chase anything. Do you see how it's the same question or same statement, yet two complete different responses, all determining on what frequency you're in? The one is keeping you strong and understanding that there's a bigger picture and being positive about it. The other one is basically looking at it and using it as an excuse for not getting off the couch and making your life better, which creates that laziness, that stuckness, and to be honest, you're probably not going to achieve any of the dreams that you want in your life. Now let's go to the next statement. I don't have enough time. Someone in a high frequency will use this as a motivator. Use it as a sense of, don't waste your time. Let's achieve, let's push. You know, they'll use this as something that will motivate them to continue to go. They will also use this to stay focused. They'll use it to stay happy, to stay the best version of themselves. Not that they need to put the pressure on. However, they're looking at this as a motivator because it is true. Wasted time is terrible. They will also be using this to keep focused, to know that their performance and the version of themselves is super important to be strong. By doing that, they can use that as a motivation to keep going. Now let's go to a low frequency person. I don't have enough time. Now all of a sudden, you're freaking out. I'm not achieving my goals. I don't know if I'm gonna live a long life. This system is designed to destroy me. I'm not gonna get anywhere. And basically you start to fumble the ball. You start to put yourself under unnecessary pressure. And because you are telling yourself that there's not enough time, you are never getting up and you're never actually motivating yourself up. So if you look at these two big statements over here, they both are positives and negatives, all depending on your frequency. Now I want to jump to my story and I want to explain to you guys how I have lived a lie for the last 10 years. The first time I got out of school, I was 18. I'm nearly 28 now, right? And I've been living under the concept, I don't have enough time. I know. I'm 20, 27, 28, and I'm saying I don't have enough time. It's crazy, right? However, that was my motto. It was, I don't have enough time. I'm coming out of school now. We don't have much money. You know, my parents are struggling. A lot of people around me are struggling. I want to make a success. I want to come out. I want to change things. I want to help people. Okay, and I want to do it in a fantastic way. So I put this timer on me that I don't have enough time. Now, what that ended up resulting is I didn't know I was in a low frequency when I did that. And I was not looking after myself mentally, not boosting myself up. So what I ended up doing was opening up a business, failing. Opening up another business, failing. And I ended up spending 4 years of opening up businesses and self-sabotaging myself and blowing myself up that I looked 4 years later incredibly upset with myself that I've just thrown away 4 years. Okay, I didn't achieve what I wanted to. It all fell in my face. And that was all because I was in a low frequency. I was not in a strong version of myself. Then what happened was I lost my father. And when I lost my father, it hit this thing in me, and it hit me really hard because it made me even more scared about time. Not only did I want to do things fast and there's not enough time, now there's really not enough time. Because how long am I going to live? He was 42 years old when he passed. Is this what life's about? So it put this big cracker under me. The difference though was I ended up leaving the city at that time. I needed a break from life. And by doing that, I ended up surrounding myself with different people. I ended up trying new things. And I actually started to find a bunch of positive people, a bunch of good influences. And I actually started to change my surroundings. So I still live in the there's not enough time. But what started to happen was my frequency of Sheldon as a person started to rise up. Then all of a sudden, I became a beast because traveling the country, I met the right guy. I ended up having the opportunity of becoming a YouTube host, ended up building one of the biggest schools in crypto today, ended up flying through that period over there because I used that time to get my frequency up, even though I didn't know it, okay? Get my frequency up, and I became a performance machine. However, this was all a lie. The reason is, for me, I was looking at it as I don't have enough time, I need to perform. Now, I created businesses. I started to financially succeed. Everything went well. Let me tell you the other side. I started collapsing in the office from burnout. I started self-destroying myself at times and really destroying my body. I stopped eating. I stopped looking after my mind. I stopped looking after myself in that time because I pushed so hard because I'm running out of time, where I'm 27, 28 years old today. And I have finally made the realization, and this happened a few months ago when I went on a trip to Portugal. And I had this one lady speak to me, and she came to me and she said, Sheldon, I'm proud of you. Thank you for what you do for the community. Thank you for teaching. Thank you for giving your heart out. But I'm concerned about you. I'm worried. I see yourself struggling at times. I see you burning out at times. And I want to remind you to look at the long-term view. I want you to look at your life in the long-term view. And she gave me an example. She says, my husband created an empire in a business and created multiple of them. And we ended up living a very luxurious life. He died at 40 years old from a heart attack. And she says, I sit here today with my kids and myself in this big house, and they're asking, where's dad? Where's dad? What happened? So by performing and by me in that lie of there's not enough time, I was actually hurting my body and hurting my mind, and I didn't even know it. And for me, that was a massive realization when she said to me, Sheldon, you want a long-term life. I know you're doing incredible, but you want to be here. And she says, you know what? Don't even do it for yourself. Do it for your kids. And I was like, wow, like that is a massive, massive, massive thing. And then I looked at it and I actually took that trip and I was like, you know what, Sheldon, do you want to live a long life? Yeah, I do. Do you want to die young? No, I don't. Like, do you want to keep putting yourself under the pressure and keep telling yourself that there's not enough time and keep destroying who you are to live a short period of life? No, I don't. And from that day, I decided I want to live in my truth. I want to live here for long. And I still want to achieve everything. So now we go back to the diagram. What is Sheldon doing now? He's now moving to, I do have enough time. However, I will stay in my high frequency. I will still achieve everything that I want. But for the first time in my life, I am being true to myself. If you ain't true to yourself, you ain't true to no one. And this is one of the biggest sayings that my father actually taught me. And it meant a lot to me. This is something that has really made me realize that there is sacrifices we've got to make in our lives, but our lives are worth it, guys. It's worthy of us being here. No point sacrificing and self-imploding yourself, and not being there for the long run. So for me, it was a massive realization that you have these two big sayings and you can perform in either one of them, but you need to be honest. Is this the truth or is this a lie? Crazy how when we understand the concept, how much better we feel about it, right? It's amazing. So now it's time to educate you guys. Again, I want to say you have a big life ahead of you. And there's so much for you to achieve. Now let's give you the tools that you need to do it. The first one you need to look at now, you need to take the concepts I've explained to you I'm asking you right now, are you living a truth or are you living a lie? Second part of that is I now want you to go and understand the high frequency structure. That there's two versions of you. Doesn't matter if you're living in and there's not enough time or there is enough time, you need to always be performing in a high frequency because they both have their pros and cons. So I want you to have a self-check system. I want you to take this frequency bar, have yourself next to it. And remember, you look fantastic today. And I want you to put this on your wall. And whenever you are feeling stuck or you're feeling like I need motivation, you can look up and you can ask yourself the question, am I living high frequency or low frequency? And you know what? You want to ask yourself that question right now? You tell me, which one do you believe in? Is there enough time or is there not enough time? Which one? I ask you. Then I want you to go look at my frequency bars. Are you performing? Are you achieving? Are you getting through all the chapters and getting where you want to get? Or are you lazy? Are you stuck? By looking at that, you're going to be like, wow, like I'm actually at a low frequency. Now, remember, when it comes to frequency, it comes down to your energy. It comes down to your surroundings, the people around you, everything that you are doing. Are you getting out the house? Are you exploring? All of these things will pump you the hell up. Low energy is when you are stuck and you're not achieving what you want to achieve. When you are not getting anything done. When you are just sitting there and waiting for life to get. That is what it is. So by creating this self-check system, you can just tap in and just be honest. Am I living a truth? Am I living a lie? Am I at a high frequency? Am I at a low frequency? Boom, okay? Now step number 3. What are you chasing? So in order to do this, I want you to take out a pen and paper and I want you to sit and think that you're 80, 90, 100 years old. Right now. And I want you to go look back on your life. Firstly, are you very proud of yourself for what you've already achieved? Okay, that's first, and you should be, okay? But have you achieved enough? What do you still want to achieve? I look at it as a life CV. You know when you're going to go to a job and you hand in your CV? I look at it as a life CV. When I die one day, I want that script to roll out of the door all the way across to the next city. You open up the script, this was Sheldon. Oh, wow. This thing goes all the way down. That's how I want to live my life. And what you got to basically do is you got to sit yourself back and say, your life's already happened. What did you want to achieve in that time? And you need to write all of these things down. You need to understand that this is what you're chasing. Why? Because that time when you're in a low frequency, I need you to look again and refocus for what you're actually working your ass off for. If you're living a lie, that's your problem. If you're living a truth and you understand what you're chasing, you have no problem with getting up tomorrow morning and keep fighting. And that's the big thing. What are you actually chasing? Step number 4 is having the full control and power over your frequency. This is very important. You need to seriously find out what pumps you up and what drops you in life. The quicker you can have hold of your frequency and your energy, the quicker you can bounce back. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to have bad times in your life. You're going to bounce back in a short period of time and get back on track. It's not about not failing in life. It's about getting back up. What does Rocky Balboa say? Ain't about how hard you get hit. How hard can you get hit and get back up? Exactly. And I'm also saying how quick can you get back up too. And that's a very big thing as well. So a few tools that help you a lot with this, okay, is to get to know yourself. Right now, think in your head, what boosts me, what doesn't. The next thing is when you go out, feel who lifts it, who drops it. Have a good awareness. Awareness got me very far in life, guys, by knowing who's my people when I need help and who's like temporary. You know, I know they drop my sort of frequency. And the next thing is to go quiet. Because the moment that you realize that you go quiet, you start to protect your bubble. No one can really mess with it, okay? So this doesn't mean don't go out. Go have fun. But when it comes to talking about your dreams and what you want to achieve and all of these sort of things, that's your information. And yes, I'm very close with my mom. My mom is boy. She's one person that I can share these things with because she ups my energy. She's someone that boosts it even more and takes my frequency even higher that we break the bar. Therefore, she's one person that I can share, and my wife is one of those too, okay? If you have one of those people, fantastic. But the main goal here is to go quiet and to protect that energy. I want to bring all of these tools and this whole entire video back to this. You still have time. Doesn't matter what age you are or where you are in your life, you have time to create the life you've always wanted. You need to sit back at 80 years old and you want to be proud. You want to say, I gave it my all. And I'm here to show you by making these small shifts in your mind, by using these small tools, you got this. No one has more time than you. No one is better than you. You are sitting on the same playing field as everyone. So take this world and make it yours. Wait, I forgot. I want to ask you guys, your feedback means everything to me. This channel is about the people, it's a community. I want to know in the chats below, have you been living a lie? Or have you been living a truth? Let us know below because this information is going to pump people up and it's going to pump me up too.